Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Masud. So in today's video, I wanted to follow up from my previous video and just give a bit of an update and clarification on my opinion as to why the residential property market in the UK is going to be okay next year in 2021 and there's not going to be a crash as everyone predicts. I did get a bit of a negative response, which I was confused about in the previous video. I got about a few dislikes. I didn't know what I was doing wrong, to be honest, as I was just stating my opinion. But to follow up from what I said, number one, interest rates have been at their lowest and I think will continue to be at quite a low level set by the Bank of England. It was 0.25% and now it's 0.1% as the base rate for borrowing money, borrowing money, or money that's kept in your account. The government are basically saying, guys, we don't want you to keep your money in the bank. We really don't value your money in the bank. We want you to spend. We want consumers to be their consumer selves. That's why we've made the interest rate 0.1%. Get that money out of the bank and put it into something else. Invest, spend your money. Mortgage lenders are still lending money to people so I do agree that it's at a more competitive rate, and I think mortgage lenders, they have to do that because they see that there's probably less lenders on the market than there was like a few months ago or earlier in the year around January time. I think that mortgage lenders, from my understanding, are also providing credit holidays to people who can't pay their mortgage. The government in general is there to help people. They will provide stimulus. As you can see, they've printed a whole load of money and give basically free money to support people, to help people pay their mortgages. They're not going to let that, let people suffer who wouldn't be able to. So if you want a job, basically the furlough money is there to support you. Mortgage lenders are providing you credit holidays. The banks and the government are working together to provide a solution. If they can't do that, if they can't come to a solution, then okay, fine. There might be, I do agree that there might be a little bit of a dip next year in the residential market, but I don't think it's going to be a crash as everyone predicts. The crash is probably going to happen in the commercial market, which we are already seeing. Residential property market is quite strong and will continue to be quite strong. There will be sustained growth. I'm gonna stick to my opinion. And number two, the commercial property market. It's been, on the down. It's been in a downward trend for a few years now, and it's, everyone knew it was coming. E-commerce has been a big player in disrupting the commercial property market. People are spending more online. Retail is not becoming as prominent as it once was. And that's something that was coming for ages. So it's not anything new. The commercial property market was going to go down anyway. It was just a case of when. And all coronavirus did was just accelerate that downfall. So yeah, I do believe there is an opportunity. There is probably more of a crash going to happen in the commercial property market, not the residential. And if you're a developer or you have the experience and network and knowledge to repurpose these kind of buildings, commercial buildings, retail buildings, into a residential sort of feel, I think that's your opportunity. That's where you're going to make a lot of money. And a lot of people are going to make a lot of money in this next sort of 3-4 years. They're going to be picking up basically bargains in terms of commercial properties and then making them into residential units. And they're just going to be, benefiting off that in the next few years. Because I do believe that there's going to be a lot of growth in terms of the residential market. There might be a crash later down the line, a few years from now, not anytime soon in the residential market. I think that's a strong market, as I say. And generally, the next thing I would like to just touch on is the capital gains proposed increase. So if there's a proposed increase in capital gains, then if I was a landlord or second homeowner, why would I sell my house if I know that the government are going to take more of my money, more of my hard work, more of my profit? I'm just going to keep my house. I'm not going to sell it. And if I have the ability to, I'll keep it. If I can't and I have to sell it, then okay, fine. I will have to sell. And I think this is where there might be a little bit of a dip in the residential market next year. That's where it's going to come from. People who cannot just afford to pay the mortgage and they just can't manage anymore, even with the holidays. They just can't do it and they can't sustain their lifestyle. They have to sell. That's where we'll see, some houses coming onto the market. But generally, overall, I do believe that if that was to come into play, there's going to be more demand for houses and less supply, just because of the general economics of having that decision and that action that the government have taken. You can tell a lot about what's going to happen by just observing what the government's rules are, by just observing what kind of actions they're taking, new laws and legislation that they're going to be putting in. You can predict all of this just by observing it. So it's nothing new. I'm not like, just basing all of this on emotion. I'm literally just using facts, and I do believe it is the truth. So whether you believe what I say or not, whether you like this video or not, it's going to happen and you guys are going to see. So if you have an opinion, I'd love to know. Please feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'd like to discuss it if you have an opinion. If you don't, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I appreciate everything you are doing. You're watching my channel. Thank you for the love. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So take care. Cheers.